time for our Tailor-Made segment, brought to you by our friends at Charles Tyrwhitt, the official formal wear partner of the British and Irish Lions.
Think of it like building the ultimate British and Irish Lions player. Instead of picking a squad, we're stitching together the best of the best.
Exactly that. Each week we'll pick one key attribute: kicking, footwork, engine, strength, leadership, and we'll make a case for each, for which Lions legend gets the nod.
Then we stitch it all together, boot by boot, bicep by bicep, and by the end of the series, we'll have the definitive tailor-made lion.
Fingers crossed. So, Finlay, you're here, obviously. Can you help us pick our ultimate Lions leader? John Dawes, who was obviously an icon of the 1970s, the only series win over the All Blacks in 1971. He was the skipper of that. He was also captain of the Barbars the day they beat the All Blacks in 1973 with the greatest try of all. Willie John McBride, 1974, captain of the Invincibles, also pack leader in 1971, and 17 test matches for the Lions. Architect of the 99 call. Martin Johnson, we've touched on already, winning captain in 97. He was also the first back-to-back captain of the Lions, captaining them to Australia in 2001 as well. Never a backward step taken. And finally, Sam Warburton, who didn't lose the Lions series as captain, Australia 2013, the drawn series with the All Blacks in 2017, and his influence obviously in that final episode of the third test, as we've touched on already, was absolutely enormous. I'm going to actually throw in Finley's name as well, because I think the only captain to come from a test down.
Oh, that's a fair point.
I think we should definitely.
Or the humble bit's got us classic Scottish. Well,
don't. So make a case.
Maybe I was amazing.
Yeah. You should absolutely be in there. It's a very rare treat.
100% should be.
Make a case.
Well, I mean, having listened to what Finlay says, and obviously as a natural born follower, not necessarily a leader, I think about Martin Johnson. You've got to be up there. If the leaders, well, if you're the sort of the king of the castle and other leaders are looking up to you and you speak in front of them, it's got to be him. I think Sam Warburton was obviously great. I mean, look, Willie John McBride. I've never met Willie John McBride. I don't have anything to infer other than he was an incredible guy with his pipe and his glass, and certainly, those sort of loose earlier tours where, wardrobe doors are getting smashed off. And I remember there's that famous story with police come to the hotel and they sort of said that we don't want any trouble. And he sort of looks around all the rest of the players and was like, I don't think you've got enough numbers for trouble. You know what I mean? So again, I think Willie John McBride or Martin Johnson have got to be the two, but I will give Finlay the kind of casting vote, as he has been there, experienced it, sat around with the leaders around the table, something that I might get the opportunity to serve the water at the table, but that's about it.
Go on, Finlay.
Martin.
Really? Not
question.
A flicker of doubt.
The rest of us can be water carriers or whatever, but not even close. There's nobody close to him.
How proud are you, though, to be in amongst that crew? There are not many men who've walked this earth who have done what you've done.
As I said earlier, a slight imposter syndrome, but hugely. People used to say they'd follow me anywhere. Unfortunately, it was mostly a curiosity. But it was just the greatest honour of my life. Really? No question.
I know Maro's thanked you for attending the dinner, and obviously you would have had lots of imaginary conversations, but as he's going to be captain of this tour, any piece of advice you would give to him?
I got a lovely piece of advice from, do you remember Jeff Windsor-Lewis, who was secretary of the Barbars?
Right.
He wrote to me in 1980, a lovely man, I think he was a Welshman, and he said, Finlay, congratulations, your idea, but he said, the key to it is delegate. Don't, people get tired of your voice, no matter who you are, just delegate as much as you can, and that would be my advice to Maro.
It's a very good piece of advice. We'll clip it and send it. I'm sure it's going to be a very, very big few weeks for Maro and everyone he brings on the journey with him. But that is our leaders sorted, and without too much debate as well. The great Martin Johnson goes in. 1 part down, 4 to go in our quest to build the ultimate tailor-made lion.
And as a thank you for sticking with us, the good people at Charles Tyrwhitt are offering GBNR listeners an exclusive 20% off.
Just use the code GBR20 online or in-store. That's GBR20 for 20% off everything from proper shirts to the kind of tailoring that could get you mistaken for Martin Johnson in a boardroom.
Big thanks to Charles Tyrwhitt, and don't forget to cast your vote for next week's picks. Head to our socials now and tell us who's getting the nod.